right, you're still tuned to Rapid 96.5 FM Umahia, the sound of your city, right? A lovely Saturday afternoon right here in the city of Umahia, and this is the place to be. All right, so it's a beautiful, beautiful Saturday afternoon right here in God's own state, Abia State. And right about now, we've got a very interesting conversation to look at in the next 15 minutes or thereabouts. And being joined by my guests all the way from the UK. Yes, a medical practitioner. Hey, but she's going to surprise us with some mind blowing other side of her. Let's welcome to the show this afternoon Dr. Uju Ijekba. Doctor, good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. All right, can you hear me, Doctor?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. So, Doctor, there's something quite interesting that you're currently doing or you're working on and will finally be coming to the fore later in the day or right about now as we speak right now. It's all but ready. It's a movie premiere of a movie titled Let Daddy In. All right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's quickly take this movie trailer, maybe 3 to 4 minutes of it. Then we get to talk to you, especially in terms of all the big talking points in this particular movie. Stay with us.
Okay.
So I thought to come to the house and talk to her parents. Chika has been one of our brightest students, but in the past few months, something has changed. She is distracted in class. She's scoring really low on her tests. I tried to talk to her about it, but she seemed agitated. I'm really concerned about her.
You know teenagers and their ways. I haven't really noticed anything, except mood swings, which I attributed to adolescence. Anyway, thank you. Thank you so much for bringing this to my notice.
I must tell you, she even had our proprietors worried. Chika has been representing us in noteworthy competitions and bringing more prestige to our school. It's really worrisome seeing her this way. The other day, I was trying to talk to her and I noticed some marks on her wrist. I tried to talk to her about it, but she wouldn't tell me how she got them. It's not like I want to pry or anything, but is everything okay at home?
There's a thin line between genuine concern and prying. You are almost crossing it. But I can assure you, there's nothing wrong at home. Anyway, where is she? Chika! Chika!
Yes, mommy.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening, Chika. How are you?
I'm fine, ma.
Oyao, speak for yourself. Your teacher has come to complain about your academic performance. Care to enlighten us? Can't you talk? Are you having any difficulties in school?
No, mom. No.
Oh, yeah. Your teacher says you have marks on your wrist. Show me. I said show me! What is this?
I got injured while playing in school.
Children, you can go.
You know, teenagers can be very difficult, formative years and all.
My sister.
There are psychologists who specialize in children. Maybe she should see someone.
It's not that serious. How about now?
Ma, I understand where you're coming from, but this is a graph of your daughter's performance. You can see the downward trend. It came on fast and it got worse.
Thank you, Jesus.
Good afternoon, Pastor.
How are you?
Fine.
Miss Abigail, to what do we owe this visit?
She came to report your daughter. Oh. She has been failing in school.
You see what you have caused? Now your teachers from school are coming to ask questions. It's like you want us to stop you from going to that school.
No, Mommy. I'm sorry, Mommy. I'm sorry, Daddy. Please. Please, I'm sorry.
That is not my concern at the moment. I have calculated your circle and you are ovulating today. So,
Mommy, please, Daddy, please, no.
This is the problem.
Daddy, no, Mommy, please.
This is the exact problem.
Please, no.
The evil in you won't let it grow.
Daddy, please.
You
Mommy,
know,
please,
it's a
Mommy,
beautiful
please.
thing we are trying to do.
Daddy, no, please, Mommy.
Don't you know it's a privilege that you allow the Holy Spirit to use you?
No, Daddy, no.
You want to open up and accept the Holy Spirit.
Mommy, please. Daddy, please. Daddy, please. Daddy, please. Daddy, please. Daddy, no. Daddy.
No. Don't do that. Except you want us to tie you up again. Oh, is that what you want?
All right. I don't know if Dr. Ojo is still with me this afternoon. Doctor, are you still there?
Yes, sir.
All right. Quite interesting thriller there. Let's not put, let the cat out of the bag this afternoon. So, Doctor, let's get to meet you.
Okay.
Hello, Doctor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, did you say something?
Yes. Let's get to meet you.
Oh, okay. So my name is Dr. Obianetri Chip. I'm from Abriba in Abia State, Ohafia local government area. And I am a practicing medical doctor in the UK.
Okay. All right. So this movie, Let Daddy In, is a film by you, right? So how does a medical doctor get meddled into something as very, very exciting as this piece of art that we're currently listening to for our viewers who are at home, for our listeners who are at home?
Well, I've always wanted to tell stories even as a child. So I would also say that medicine has always been my first love, but writing is like the love of my life, So I've always been writing from childhood, and right now I'm at the stage in life where I want to kind of tell stories that make people think, make people feel. I want to tell my stories not just by writing, but visually. And, it's a hard word to break into, so I'm just trying to take it one step at a time. It's something I enjoy doing. I enjoy writing, and having people read my stories or watch my stories and react to it is something that makes me really happy.
All right, and at the moment, I've just gone through the YouTube channel where this movie, Let Daddy In, will be premiered later today, and it's already on fire. Lots of recommendations are coming in already, and like I spoke to you earlier, I saw the trailer of the movie, and I was really, really pained. So, what inspired you to come up with a movie titled Let Daddy In, and what also inspired the storyline of this particular movie? It's more like a family setting kind of movie, but there's something different going on in the family. What inspired both the title and also the storyline?
Okay. So any writer will tell you that stories can come from anywhere. It could come from a picture, a song, a line. This particular story was inspired by something my mom told me so many years ago that happened when she was a child. She, this was over 55 years ago, obviously, and there was this family that lived close to them, Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a woman with her niece and her husband. She couldn't take in for so many years. And the husband started threatening to, go outside, get another wife, do other things. And in order to, keep her place in her family, she decided to give her niece to her husband. She would practically force her niece to go into the husband and stand over there while the whole act is being, committed.
Yeah.
So eventually the niece ran off and ran to my grandma's place, and that was how my mom got to hear about the situation. And of course, the, other family members were involved. This was, like I said, over 55 years ago.
Yeah.
But this hasn't ceased to happen. This is something that still happens in our society now. I mean, we even have a biblical reference that we can support with. Can say, oh, after all, Sarah gave her handmaiden to Abraham when she couldn't give birth. There are people who say that. I've heard people comment on it, using that as a supporting proof. And that was what the same woman used 55 years ago to support her, behavior. And the truth is that it was not traditionally forbidden. It's something she could do. But in this case, this girl was a teenager. So when my mom told me the story, I thought about it. I pictured it happening in a different way, it being the actual parents of the child doing it, because we've had stories of men actually abusing their children, or mothers being present in the abuse of their own children. So, it is not impossible. It's just that it's not something the society would talk about. It's something we would be too ashamed to talk about because we wouldn't want to wash our dirty linens in public. But these are things that happen.
Okay.
A lot of abuse is going on.
Okay. All right. So, in case you're listening to us and you're wondering how you can get to see this very, very good looking movie from a distance, in fact, just listening to the trailer already, you can just get a sense of what is to come. You can simply go straight to our Facebook page, facebook.com/rapid965 FM, and you see the link of this particular movie that takes you straight to the YouTube channel, and you get to watch a bit of this movie. But let's talk about the objective behind this particular project. Did you do this project with anything in mind, letting daddy in? Because the title alone, I was really taken aback when I first saw the title, but haven't got to see the trailer one or two times. I got to recognize why you went for this. But was there any particular objective you had in mind while setting out for this project?
Okay, I'm sorry, because apparently a lot of people were misled by the title. A lot of people thought it was something sexual, and I'm sorry if it was misleading. It was not my intention. However, telling this story was my way of, telling a story that people wouldn't usually talk about. Nobody wants to talk about what happens behind closed doors or the abuse a lot of people go through. This is my way of, talking about that. Okay. In the society, a lot of girl children go through abuse, and majority of these people are abused by people close to the family, either brothers, uncles, or even parents. We don't talk about it enough. This is my own way of talking about this, of letting it know that it happens, of creating awareness of what is going on in certain families. It's opened up a lot of arguments in the past few hours on some pages I'm on, and people are having their opinions, people are talking about their experiences, and this tells us that these things are happening. It's just that we as a society, we are too ashamed to talk about it. We are too unwilling to talk about it, because you think about the stigma it places on the victims, you think about the kind of embarrassment it will happen, that it will lead to when you talk about it in public. So you rather not talk about it, you close it down. But we have to talk about these things. Yes, they're sensitive, there's a lot of stigma attached to it, but somebody has to talk about it. I'm not an advocate or anything, but this is my way of telling stories. This is my way of letting it known that some ugly things happen behind closed doors, and we have to address it as a society.
All right, so
I don't know if this answers your question.
It definitely does. So you have communicated your idea now, and the best thing is for that idea to saturate and also get to every nook and cranny of the society, so that it can have its intended impact. So today, this particular short film will be premiered. You can shed more light on that, direct more traffic to that YouTube channel, and so that we have more people come in there, subscribe, and get to see this movie for little or nothing. Okay. Do you want me to,
Which of them would you want?
Yes, I want you to just reiterate the YouTube channel, the means of how people can get to see this particular short film and how they can connect with your message and what you're trying to project out there, so that we can learn lessons, pick up informations, and also use that as a means of living our everyday life in our society.
Okay, so you can find the channel on YouTube on Eden Pictures or at Pictures by Eden. You can find that on YouTube. Just search for it there, and you will see the movie pop up. Yeah, and the title is Let Daddy In. I mean, everybody has YouTube, so I think it's going to be easily accessible, I suppose. And what other question did you ask, Sari?
Okay, so okay, you've just mentioned the YouTube channel, Eden Pictures. Eden Pictures, that's EDEN, then Pictures. So that's the YouTube channel. Then when you go to that particular channel, you can just type in Let Daddy In, or it will just pop up. It's part of the thumbnail on that channel. It pops up, or you have to do a simple search, Let Daddy In. You get to see the movie, and you can actually watch or possibly download from that particular channel. So, Uju, what are the major roles you did play in getting this project out?
Okay. Well, first, for the project to exist, I had to tell the story. So yeah, I did the writing. I did the screenplay too. And when it came to casting, I worked with the director to choose the right cast. I think the issue about the casting was choosing perfect Chika. I mean, a lot of people can act, but you have to be able to portray that level of vulnerability in order to convey the right image I needed to, display. And yeah, that was a little bit difficult to find the perfect Chika. She was just perfect. So in addition to being the scriptwriter and the producer, I also helped to cast the actors, and I produced it generally.
Okay, so where's the setting of this movie? Because you're in the UK. Where's the setting of this movie?
Oh, it was shot in Lagos. I worked with an amazing group. My director, Whisper, he is really talented. So he, did most of the groundwork. I showed my support virtually. But yeah, he did the groundwork. He secured the location in Lagos and the rest of the actors and, every other thing needed.
Okay, so what were the challenges in getting these projects out? And today we're going to be seeing it being premiered for the rest of the world to see.
Well, as in everything, when you work with a group of people, there are bound to be differences because people have different perspectives and all. Yeah, but we didn't have a lot of difficulties, really. It was mostly at the beginning point when we needed to cast Chika that we had the hiccup. As soon as we overcame that, every other thing was okay.
Okay, all right. So once again, how you can get to see this short film is by heading straight to YouTube. Everybody do have that, or many people do have that, and simply go to the channel Eden Pictures, EDEN Pictures. Then it pops up basically, or you can simply do a simple search of the title of the movie, Let Daddy In, and you get to see this particular film. And you've just spoken about the challenges that the girl child do go through in our society. But more to that, from what this particular movie is trying to portray, although I don't want to give it away, it's the character of the dad of Chika, and from all indication, he's a clergy.
Yeah.
So that's quite creative, to get somebody of a clergy being in this situation where he can do and undo to a relative as a daughter.
Okay. What we as a society love to forget is that these people were humans first.
Yeah.
They have the same flesh and blood. They're prone to the same sins and vices we have. And I like to believe that the parents were kind of deluded. There's something called a shared delusion. There's this pathology in medicine actually psychiatry, Foleado. That's where two people sort of have a shared delusion. They kind of have this delusion that the only way they can have more children is through their daughter. So a lot of people see visions. They will tell you, oh, I saw an angel. But most times it's more, I mean, I'm not saying people don't see angels or visions, but a lot of times it's psychosis going on. Because you can see the element of unreality, like how do you think that the only way this can happen is through this? And the part of them talking about the Holy Spirit, it's most likely a psychotic, delusion happening at that point. So a lot of people commit sin under the umbrella of spirituality. The fact that he's a clergy doesn't exempt him from, being human or being prone to having psychotic tendencies. As far as I'm concerned, the parents were just plain psychotic. That is deeply I got from the story when I was writing it.
Okay, all right.
Because it takes madness to that.
Okay, and that's quite creative. And given your background in medicine, then the psychosis kind of justification makes sense now to me. But hey, in case you want to see the short film as written by Uju, simply go to YouTube and search for the channel Eden Pictures, EDEN Pictures. And when you go there, you would see, or you can search for the title of the movie, Let Daddy In. It's a short film, and you get to, endear yourself to the storyline that has got me shaking my head, and the little I've seen about it already, I'm really, really pained to my bones. But, Uju, before I let you go now, let's talk about the broader picture and what you want to do. Are there more projects that you're working on? And in case you had projects in the past, what have been the success rate of what you've done in the past and what you're planning to do in the future?
Well, I had my first film was released last year, but I actually shot it in 2021. And well, I didn't really do any promotion, and I wasn't really feeling it. It was more like an experiment, and it was okay. People enjoyed it. Women loved it because a lot of women could relate to the story, but I didn't feel it anymore. I want to tell stories that make people feel, that, arouse emotions in people. So yes, I'm going to be having more stories out. I have some works I'm planning on embarking on, and yes, I'm going to be putting a lot more stories out, short films mostly.
Okay. All right, so Uju, before we let you go now, I think you have some final words for us, but let me quickly tell our listener that, hey, you can go straight to that YouTube and Pictures and search for that movie, Let Daddy In. Drop a review about it. Let's hear what you think about the movie. Like she did state here, she wants to do movies that would arouse emotions, and just having to see the trailer, I was already feeling somehow. So what are your last words before we let you go this afternoon?
Well, I'm really excited. I want to hear what people have to say about the movie. I want to hear opinions. I want to hear people's perceptions of reality or reality as portrayed in the movie. So I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to reading up all the comments and the reach. Yeah, it's more about telling a story and having people react to it. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that's the most exciting part of it.
All right, so thank you so much, Dr. Uju. Dr. Uju is a medical doctor residing in the UK, and she also has a penchant for writing and also storytelling. So you could see her artistry is already in front of us today. The movie Let Daddy In, the short film, will be premiered today. And if you go to the YouTube channel Eden Pictures and just do a search of the title of the movie, Let Daddy In, you get to see this movie and also share what she was passing through as she penned down her emotions into this particular one. The casting, the cinematography, the editing, everything. You have to just drop a review about all of this. I want to thank you so much, Dr. Uju, for reaching out to us on the show today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm very grateful.
All right. Thank you so much. We wish you the very best, and we hope that this particular project will get you that target audience which you are planning to get, you're intending to get, and also take your career to the very next level. We want to hear more of you, Dr. Uju.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so that was Dr. Joey Jekpa, the writer of the movie Let Daddy In, speaking to us virtually from the UK, and has a new project titled Let Daddy In. So, like I did say earlier, it's on YouTube. It's a very, very interesting movie. In fact, by the trailer alone, you could see there's a lot of emotions and a lot of stories to learn from this particular project. Let's go out there. Eden Pictures on that's a YouTube channel. You can subscribe, or better still, just go there and type the movie title Let Daddy In and see this one for yourself. I think it's best for homes, right? Mothers, fathers, teenagers as well, young girls and young boys. You know, it's all about forming the right morals for societal development. So it's a movie where I think everybody has got to catch a glimpse of, right? Let Daddy In is the title of the movie. Eden Pictures, that's a YouTube channel, and you get to see this one. Drop a review, by the way. She's very interested in that as well. I want to thank you for being our companion to this point in time. It's still Rapid 96.5 FM Umahia, the sound of your city. Trust us to always bring the news and everything good right here, your darling frequency. It's nothing short of excitement right here on this dial. Until we come your way again, stay locked on this darling dial. Rapid 96.5 FM Umahia, the sound of your city. Good afternoon.